Conor, what's your handle on Twitter?
It's
right, so there, got it.
Right. Welcome to.
So welcome live.
Yes, we are. Welcome to another Clarets Walk. We could talk about Twitter. It's better than talking about the game. How are you all doing? Welcome back to a live episode of Where Clarets Walk. Hope you're doing well. We've got Dan, Connor, and Jordan who have just sat through, yes, the worst Burnley performance of the entire season. No shots on target. Disgraceful, inept. Time for Parker to go. We are going to give our opinions. If you're watching us live, do share your opinions as well. It looks like, Dan, there's only one thing that Pace needs to do now, isn't there?
Two things. Get rid of Parker, then he can jog on and all. Absolutely unbelievable. I cannot watch another minute of Parker involved. You know, I was just chatting before, and Jordan was saying that, you know, we've been saying this even when we were winning last season, it's bad football, and it's just been confirmed. This is just terrible. I've just read a couple of stats. 0.06 was our XG today, the lowest of any Premier League team this season. That includes Wolves. You know, it's just, tonight was the epitome of everything that's wrong with it. We've had a couple of games where we've papered over the cracks. We've had a bit of positivity. We've had, you know, draws against Tottenham, Man United, Liverpool, kind of brings it, thinking, oh, we're all right, we're not too bad. And then just that tonight, no passion, no endeavour, no direct. I don't even know what formation they were playing towards the end of it. He had about 7 midfielders on. Just terrible. Parker, he needs to go. We've been saying this a while now, and I think everyone's coming around to our way of thinking. Time's done. What do you make of it, Jordan?
Again, it's just it's shocking, isn't it? It's turgid football. It's negative football. The boys don't look up for it from minute one. Now minutes down, we're a goal down. Nobody can be asked to get back into it. Not one player on the pitch today deserved to be on that pitch. Not one of them earned their wage for me. I'm at the point now where it's not even funny anymore. Like, we used to be able to make a bit of a crack and a bit of a joke with it between ourselves and go, oh, well, it's Parker ball, and oh, we'll try again next week. It's not even funny anymore. It's diabolical. It's turgid. And every single one of them fans that went up tonight should be personally refunded by Pace and Co. Refund the ticket, refund the travel, refund their expenses. Because every single one of them poor souls has to get up for work tomorrow, and they didn't even get to see a shot on target. Abysmal. Parker out, Pace out. They can all fuck off as far as I'm concerned. And I even bleep myself.
Let's have a look at some social media. Andrew Esther says Sunderland has spent 100 million on players. There's blame on all sides, but not knowing your best starting 11 is also unforgivable, Connor. Yeah, fans are saying, look, he's actually not playing the best available. Could you share that view?
Yeah, and I was discussing this with the father as we're both screaming at the TV together, getting ready to punch it. I was mentioning how we started off opening game of the season against Tottenham with a 5-back, didn't work. We all thought from day one, yeah, right, it doesn't work. We got to 4-back against Sunderland, we win. Back to the 5-back again, a bit shaky, but we found our rhythm, we found our team when it came to Leeds and Sunderland, not Leeds and Sunderland, what was it? Leeds and Wolves, 2 games, and then all of a sudden he's I don't even know what he's doing. He genuinely doesn't know what formation he's playing. Like Dan said, I don't know what team's our best team. We're playing a 5-back, yet we don't know how to play a 5-back. Players don't know who to mark. It's dreadful, and yeah, it's just a mess, really. Terrible.
Yeah, he's no clue, has he? He doesn't know who to start. He's no idea. You know, he played today, and I didn't get his substitutions either. We're playing, like you say, 5 at the back. You're completely right. It's not working. So what's he do? He then brings on Laurent. I thought, okay, then maybe a bit of positivity here. Go in the midfield, pack it out a bit. But he doesn't. He puts him, it's like for like, he puts him in the back 5.
Yeah.
And then to make another change, he then takes off Foster, puts 2 up front. He eventually puts, you know, another in midfield. But that's not what we needed. We needed more in midfield. We needed to try and take control and create those chances. You can put 10 strikers on. If you can't get the ball to them, they're never going to score.
I completely agree. We had one person in the middle, not what Uga Chukwu. That was it. Everyone else was either in defence or strike. If you can't control the middle of the pitch, you can't control anything. So what is the point?
Agreed.
Let's look at some more then, fellas. Sorry, David here. Thank you, David. Says it's the worst forward display I've seen by Burnley. Yeah, we have had it. Yeah, thanks, David, and evening, Richard as well. Richard says hello. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, Richard, we're not joining us in more pleasant circumstances. Let's have a look at some more, shall we? Burnley Way says, great podcast, by the way. The display tonight is all on Parker. The mess the club find themselves on is all on ALK. They should have sat Parker months ago. The squad is better than this. Can this squad survive, Dan, with a different manager? It isn't the worst squad we've ever seen in the Premier League, is it?
I don't think it is, no. I think a lot of the players aren't playing to their full potential, whether they're playing out of position or they've just not, the heart's not in it. There's been a lot of times we've seen, I think Jordan said Pires had a bad game tonight. I thought he tried, but he didn't have a lot more to him. I think a different manager gets a better tune out of this, whether it's the formation they're playing, whether it's the style of football they've been told to play. I personally think that we've got some quality players. I think Edward's got a lot more potential. I think Ugochukwu is better than he's currently looking. So's Florentino. And up front, it's difficult to gauge because if they only get, one pass to them throughout the entire game, it's difficult to say how good or bad they are, aside from Brozier, who's terrible. But, I think it's got to be starting with Parker. I think, what's the worst that can happen now? We get rid of him, we go down. We keep him, we go down. So it's got to be time to roll the dice. It's not the worst squad we've ever had. You look at some of that squad that we've had in the past under Dyche. They were crap. This team had beaten 10-0. But they had the heart, the passion, the endeavour, the drive, and the focus, and a clear message sent to them and how they structured the play. And they stayed up. Not only did they stay up, they went beyond that sometimes. It's got to be Parker. I know everyone will, have their own opinion, but that's mine.
Carl Walker, Connor's come in for a bit of stick in comments as well, talking about why has he stopped passing forward? Is that something that you saw tonight?
Oh, how many times did I say it was the real question? It's beyond me, and I think he is starting to get on my nerves personally these past few games. Against Liverpool, he stopped trying for their goal. I just don't think, as much as it's a flashy name like Carl Walker, we're all buzzing to have him, I do think, although we're seeing it more now, most fans are too scared to say anything bad about Carl Walker because it's Carl Walker. He started the year last year. Too many times he looked back. I swear I heard from the away end sideways and backwards everywhere we go, and it sums us up. It sums Carl Walker up. They're not trying. And how many free kicks did Carl Walker have? And he gave it to the man just next to him over there. And when we've got half the team in the box, and that's a rarity, you never see Burnley have that many people in box. He's starting to get on my nerves a bit. I think he's a top professional. I know we had an episode in the past discussing whether he should be starting or not, but I don't know. I think there just needs to be this whole team isn't confident. You can see from the first 8 minutes when we conceded, this is a confident team in Sunderland up against a team that's just got nothing to it, no fight, no will, no nothing, literally nothing to it.
Yeah, I'm going to caveat that there, Connor. It's a team with nothing to them, no fight, no determination or anything. And the blame has massively got to sit with Parker and ALK, mainly for the fact of everything it just trickles down. It's poor man management. I feel like a lot of the players are having everything, almost coached out of them. I fail to remember a time where our wing backs or right wingers, left mid, right mid didn't attempt to take the man on. They don't do that. They turn back. They play sideways. They play backwards. We're losing our most talented attacking prowess. What we all said about Oliver Son. Oh, he'd do amazing. He'd do well. Just give him the chance. He's off to Sparta Prague. Another proven player.
The weekend.
That's what I'm saying. Another player for us who's always give 100% for us. Okay, he's injury prone. I really don't care at this point. Manny Benson, he's gone on a permanent. What is going on at this club? Why is Mark Trezor still here, picking up a wage? You don't even met the bench. What is going on? James Ward-Prowse, you bring him in, doesn't start, doesn't even touch the pitch. What is going on? You've got a centre defensive mid, a centre back. What is going on? Can somebody make any sense of any of this to me?
There's no sense of it.
You built Bashir Humphries up last year. You built him up to be a left back, and he were brilliant towards the end of that last season. He were getting assists, he were getting stuck in. He really found himself in a role, and then he's come back and just put him in centre back. Put him in at centre back.
Centre half. He may as well.
What's going on? What is going on at this football club? And nobody wants to take the reins. And this weird secret nonsense I don't like. Dash never did it. Mark Garlick never did it. Barry Kilby never did it. This weird hush, we won't say anything about it. It's weird. You have Burnley FC in the community. Big word there, community, because it is a community. It's a little town with 70,000 people, and all we have is that football club. And now we've got to put up with some American owners who know diddly squat about, they probably never even had a penny in up. They know nothing about the club, nothing about the people. Get rid. I don't care anymore. You give it to somebody who don't even have that much money.
You look at the players that have left, have gone on, and Burnley fans have this thing of checking into them. Son went at the weekend straight into a new team, gets an assist. Zaruri got either a goal or an assist over the weekend for Olympiacos or it's a Greek team anyway. Yeah, he's gone over there. The other players have left here, got into comparable teams, and are doing all right. So why can't we get the tune out of them here? It can't be the players every time. You can't say all players are rubbish. Buck's got to stop with him.
Agreed. Absolutely.
The comments coming through on he's just put them up there, if you can see them. They're all agreeing. Out. It's got to go. It's time. Absolute time. What formation in the last 10 minutes?
Oh, I don't even think he knew. What were it? A 7-6 or something, if that even makes 11. I don't even care to do the math. All in defence, all in attack, nothing in the middle of the park. The Bravka were getting wound up. I'm not surprised. Why is he even bothering Wheels? Why does he bother Wheels? That man has had a pretty good career. He did well for Newcastle. He's been to United. Now what's he doing? He's slogging out shitey bloody draws and losses every single week at Burnley. Why is he bothering? Why are these players that try bothering to even turn up any week? Because he's only one or two. But what about when they give up? Then what have we got left? If Dubravka didn't turn up against Tottenham, we'd have got beat 7-2. It's embarrassing from start to finish.
Cheers, fellas. David says it's going to be a long end to the season. Nobody is a better player than last season. They've actually got worse. On that same line, Richard says Parker coaches talent out of players. Carter, thank you for commenting. Terrible game. Should have sat Parker during that terrible run. We had Parker right. Justin, thanks for commenting. 5 defenders against 1 striker is absolute nonsense. Where do we go from here then, Dan? I mean, the obvious thing is to, do you think he'll be sacked in before we go to bed tonight? And if so, what happens in the morning? Who do we get? I mean, is there any decent replacements out there in your view?
I mean, as far as replacements go, I'll go about it. These two don't have a better football knowledge than me. I think the only one that's been touted around, which is kind of pie in the sky, is the Gary O'Neill, just because he followed him into Bournemouth and did very well there. I'd be quite satisfied if he went and we just put Jackson in charge for end of season. Last time he did that, he galvanised it and he did a good run. Maybe it was because he brought passion, whatever it was. I'd be happy for him to see him out, save a bit of money as well, and then give a new coach a run of it in the summer. Somebody will correct me on that and give a better example, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't do that. I think Parker now, he has to go. We've got, 15 games left? 15 games left. Even if we put Jackson in and we have we've got West Ham coming up, which we can't play Ward Prowse against, I think, because he's on loan. So I don't know why he didn't get on the pitch tonight. It'd be on me anyway. But give him a run at it. He might get that new manager bounce, might get that, direction in there. And if we start winning a couple of games just off the back of it, who knows what happens? I don't know. I don't know who you get in to replace him. There's got to be better than Scott Parker, though, because he's crap. I don't know if you mentioned that. Yeah, 12 out of 75. 3 of them were Burnley. 9 out of 72 he's won. How's he still? I'm a Premier League manager. How?
Richard says a lot of fans are saying Jackson till the end of the season. Then get Carrick in the summer. It's not a bad shout at all, that, Richard. At all. Connor, are there any players that come out with any credit tonight?
I genuinely don't think anybody. And I'm going to be completely honest. And I try to defend the players the best I can. Yeah, I've always been someone who tries to fish out the positives in things, and I don't like to be too negative. But there's not maybe it's Ian Fleming. Maybe it's Ian Fleming because he was one of very few who got a shot. I try to be positive, but there's nothing, and I can't be positive about any of these players. Bars Ian Fleming, maybe Dubravka because I don't think he could do much, but no, nobody really.
I think Dubravka even mucked his ticket with that second goal, didn't he?
Well, yeah,
he hits it gently towards him. He threw it in net.
Yeah, not good.
Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit here. David Gill says Jackson now for me. Cheers for Carter as well. Jackson all day long. Jordan, do you subscribe to that view as well? Best thing to do now is put Jackson in?
Well, last episode I said I remember my favourite time being a Burnley fan, bar the company season, was that little bit of time with Jackson. Jackson's a good manager. He's proven he knows, and he brings that philosophy that Daesh had. I'm sure he were there with Daesh. I'm almost positive he were. Just fire Parker off. He doesn't understand the club. Mike Jackson understands the club. I'd put him in, and we're all talking about Carrick now. We could have pulled Carrick not a month ago. We could have done it like that, but then the United job come up. So we could have had him. We could have I'd nipped this in the bud and fixed it, but we haven't. We're just waiting. I don't know what they're waiting for, the inevitable. I think I said in the messages before we come on air, I said there's only so many chances you get to be a yo-yo club, and then you end up like Norwich. Well, is this our season? Is this our season? Because we've no direction. At least when we went down under company, you saw the direction. Okay, we were getting thumped every week, but you saw the direction of the football where they wanted to move. There's no direction anymore. What do we do? Where do we go? I said, yeah, Jackson. I'd just give it Jackson. Because it's all right saying Gary O'Neill and stuff like that, who then has to come, bed in, integrate. Just give it Jackson. He gets the club. He understands it. He'll put a run together.
I'm not so sure he's a full-time manager. I think he's a stopgap. I think he'll galvanise the squad, get them back together, get a bit of belief behind him. He's probably a good man manager in those circumstances. Whether he's a long-termer, I'm not so sure.
No, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Okay. We'll try and talk about some lighter things now then. Obviously, big fixtures coming up this weekend as well. If you've been watching us the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about the A to Z of Burnley. We're coming to the letter N, so get your thinking caps on for that. Before we get there, we're doing the January Player of the Month as we're into February. I'm not being ironic either. Dan, have you got any suggestions for this?
No.
Anyone deserves it.
The goalpost done quite well for us, kept a few bits out.
Who did?
The goalpost.
Goalposts were all right. He's had a couple of saves. I think Dubravka, to be fair, he's not done an awful lot wrong. Other than that, I mean, you're struggling a bit. Who's been one of our... Go on, guys. Who's been one of our better players?
Nobody. Literally nobody.
Edwards. He's been the most consistent.
He's had some flashes. Yeah.
Go on.
Been the most consistent.
You go through the team. Walker's not been great.
No.
Lauren or Twanzebe have not been great. Estev's not been great.
He's fell off a cliff as Estev this season.
He has.
Maybe it's the level, getting used to it. He might adapt to it. He's still young.
But how good were he under company?
Hmm?
He was so good under company at that level.
Possibly. It could well be that Parker's got it wrong on him. And then what you go through the midfield again. Florentino, he's dropped. He started very well, but he's dropped. Hannibal was suspended for most of it. So you don't can't really give it to him. Who else? What's he called? We give him a load of grief. Anthony. He scores that great goal against United. He's had a bit of a... Yeah, he's done a bit all right. And then, he's done a few bits and pieces.
Orlando Breuer.
Breuer. We'll give it Breuer.
Might as well. No,
can't get anyone else, crying out loud. A few people commenting here saying Jackson is not the long-term answer. That was Justin. And goalpost for Player of the Month from Carter.
Yeah.
I think give it goalpost.
Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
But you go through it, there's just nobody else. Who is there?
Nobody.
I hope Mark's back.
Oh.
I thought you were on a bus then, Mark.
I have had enough. Right. Finally,
We've gone through. We've had a straw poll, and even with people watching, we've decided the player of the month for January is goalpost.
Yeah,
There we
absolutely. I mean, yeah, Carter actually agrees with you there. Goalpost for player of the month for me. Thanks so much, Carter. Well, a question here from Final Boss. Is a good one as well. Cheers for one. It says, hasn't Jackson been the defence coach for a good part of the season? Just as a caveat to your suggestion here.
He's been in the coaching staff, but how much of a voice does he have if Parker's the main guy?
That's fair.
Yeah,
I don't work for Burnley. I didn't delegate his job. I didn't know who he coached. I just know he was there.
Justin says,
maybe a fair point there from Jackson. You know, if he has been, Justin, if he has been the defensive coach, in fairness, we're not shipping loads of goals.
Yeah.
You know, we're only getting beat by the odd one or two, just not scoring any or creating any.
No, we've got to see. So if we were in charge at strike for us, we'd be scoring loads and conceding loads. There we go. See Jackson in.
Justin carries on and says, if he's that good, the company would have taken him with him. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers for that, Justin. Richard says, Bertie B should get player of the month. Yeah, so that's as bad as things in Burton. Right then, last week, if you were with us, we were talking about the best ever Burnley manager in terms of style of play. We have some cracking answers. Thank you for everyone in the comments. So this week, we're talking about the worst manager. Now, you're not allowed to say Parker. But in your life as a Burnley fan, who has bored you the most in terms of the style of football they brought to the turf? Connor, we'll start with you as you're the youngest, so you've got fewer managers to choose from here.
Yeah, I mean, you've really narrowed it down for me now. Oh, let's think about what we've got. I'm done off your rules. It's Scott Parker for me. There's literally nobody else. Genuinely.
All right, okay. We'll let you have that, Jordan.
Brian Laws. That was turgid football, but I think Parker's beaten him now. But we can't use Parker, so Brian Laws. There we go, Richard. Great minds, great minds.
Yeah, they're all flooding in now. Yeah, David says the same as well. Thank you, David. Yeah. Dan?
There's two for me. One was in like the mid 2000s with Steve Cottrell. He did an awful lot of nothing, kept us mid-table of championship. He was just terrible. No, you know, we were never in danger of going down. We were never in danger of going up. It's mid-table all the way through. Was boring, but one of the worst managers in recent times for me, albeit he was a legend of the football, but just as far as managerial goes, was Chris Waddle. Took charge for one season, with crap, nearly got us relegated.
Can anyone think of anything any worse? Cheers for that, fellas. Now, if you're a regular viewer, then we are doing the A to Z of Burnley. We're up to letter N for November. So the way this works, we're looking for a player whose surname begins with N, or an event in Burnley's history that should be recognised by capturing it on this page of N. We have some cracking suggestions for M last week. So let's see what you've done this week. Is this a tough letter, fellas, in your research or not?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Difficult.
What have you got down for us, Dan?
The only one, I think this will probably get a lot of traction, certainly with the older end and what have you, and the traditionalists of the group. When we're talking about Keith Newton, have you heard, Graham? If we're talking about being a community club, this player played for Burnley. He was a really good player for us. When he stopped playing, he got himself a sports shop in Burnley Market. Everybody went to him. If you want football boots, football shin pads, what have you. He's a chap called Peter Noble. He was a Burnley legend in his day. And he stuck around in Burnley afterwards. He was a great player, great custodian of the club. Sadly, he passed away a few years ago now. But that is one that's got to be in the conversation.
Okay, we've had a couple come in here. Graham says Keith Newton. Ideas on that one, Dan?
I don't know who he is.
Right, we need some of these older fans on here. Peter Noble says Graham. Good. These are all good, all decent shows as well. But yeah, Graham, let us. We'll have to do some googling on. That one. Right then. The
only other one that you could potentially put in and it's not a player, but it is a Burnley thing, is no nay never.
I was going to say that.
I thought that.
That was my answer.
It's our champ. It's a champ that's always been there.
Yeah. Probably going to have to go in, isn't it, over the ones we've been suggested.
I've got another one. It bends the rules a bit, but what about night at Ewood? So night at Ewood. So the night at Ewood, we won the league. I don't know. I give up.
Yeah, no, we'll pass that one. Right, now next week they're going to run into a brick wall because they get to letter O. So what we're going to let them do here is they're going to allow to put in overhead kicks. It could be any player, doesn't need to begin with O, that scored a brilliant bicycle kick for Burnley. If there's ever been one, if you can remember one, let us know in the comments on next week's video, or let us know in the comments on this video, and we'll read some of these out next week. Or offside goal. There you go. We can have an offside goal that's counted for against us. That's monumental. All right, let us know. Let us know about that next week. And of course, next week we're reviewing the massive game. There's lots of big games in the Premier League. This weekend we've got United Spurs, but I don't think there's anything bigger, John, this weekend. That's what's going to happen at the turf, isn't it? This has to be 3 points.
It can be 3 points. I don't think it makes a difference, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, no, I agree. It's a big game, but they're all big games. Everything's an FA Cup final now. It's just, they're just not going to show up. It's just simple as. I don't mean to be that guy, but I just can't see it happening.
And anybody out there still think there's a chance or not? Are we done now, Connor? For you?
With Scott Parker, we're done. With ALK, we're done. With any other manager, including Matt Jackson, we're also done. Yeah, we're just
okay.
Yeah.
Dan, is there any glimmer in your view?
Of a staying up, I think the only chance is that we wake up tomorrow. We see this, which was going very well until I messed about with my phone. We see this picture.
Yeah.
Parker's gone. And from then on,
That's the only thing.
that's the only way we've got a chance. The only way. We stick with him, it's 100% going down. We've tried this before. We've even tried the whole, I hope they prove us wrong. I hope he, turns it around. Because we do hope that. But it's not happening. And tonight, if ever there was proof of it, that was it. So the only way, and even if you get someone in, we lose every game from now on. We've lost the last 15, so we may as well lose a few more.
Or unless every club above us goes bust overnight. That's the only 2 chances we've got.
Right. Thank you so much, you three. I appreciate you coming on and giving your thoughts. There's apologies that my internet has not managed to manage this Manchester storm that we're currently going through. One little thing, Carter here says, last little message to this was Carter, we have to beat West Ham, but if we don't, wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if we lost. No, Parker, yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see if he's there for it. Brilliant. Thank you so much for everyone who's commented. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Richard and Carter and Graham and Final Boss Man and Justin as well. Brilliant. Thank you so much, David, as well. Brilliant. Great to have your company. Great to have you joining our little community. Get some sleep now, fellas. Let the anger subside. Tomorrow's another day, and we'll catch you on the other side of hopefully beating West Ham. Don't forget Leeds, Forest, and a few other clubs depending on it that you do. So, do it for them, if not for yourselves. All right, catch you next week. Thanks so much, everyone. No.
See you now.
Walker out.